The Alaska-74 is a Soviet-designed assault rifle that emerged in the early 1970s as the successor to the legendary Alaska-47 and AKM families. Unlike its predecessors, which fired the larger 7.62 x 39mm cartridge, the Alaska-74 was chambered for the smaller, higher-velocity 5.45 x 39mm round, a change that reflected evolving military thinking about controllable automatic fire and improved ballistic performance. The rifle was developed under the direction of Mikhail Kalashnikov and entered wide service with the Soviet armed forces in the late 1970s, eventually becoming the standard infantry weapon across the Warsaw Pact and many Allied nations. At first glance, the Alaska-74 preserves the rugged, familiar layout of Kalashnikov designs: a gas-operated long-stroke piston system, a rotating bolt, and a stamped steel receiver in many versions. Those hallmarks are the foundation of its legendary reliability. The Alaska-74 can operate in harsh conditions with minimal maintenance. However, beneath the surface are numerous refinements. The 5.45mm cartridge produces less recoil and allows soldiers to stay on target during bursts, a tactical advantage especially in automatic or rapid semi-automatic fire. The receiver and gas system were optimized to work with the new cartridge's pressure curve, and designers updated sights and ergonomics to reflect modern battlefield requirements. Accuracy improvements over earlier Kalashnikov models are modest but meaningful. The flatter trajectory of the 5.45 x 39mm round enhances effective range and hit probability at extended distances, although the AK family's iron sights and traditional sight picture still favor short to medium engagements. Later versions incorporated polymer furniture, improved sights, and side rails for optics, bringing the platform closer to modern standards while keeping production costs and field maintainability low. These upgrades allowed the Alaska-74 to stay relevant as optics, night vision, and accessory trends reshaped small arms doctrine. The Alaska-74 spawned many variants and influenced several foreign designs. The basic rifle was adapted into compact carbine models, squad automatic weapons, and designated marksman rifles. Some variants feature folding or telescoping stocks for airborne or mechanized infantry, while others add longer barrels or bipods to support sustained fire. Internationally, the 5.45mm caliber remained largely a Soviet and then post-Soviet standard, though its influence on Western small-caliber philosophies was clear as NATO and other forces assessed trade-offs between stopping power, controllability, and ammunition weight. Operational history shows the Alaska-74 used extensively by Soviet and Russian forces from the late Cold War through recent conflicts in Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Its presence has been prominent in the arsenals of former Soviet republics and client states, and it has seen combat in variable climates from Arctic cold to desert heat. Reports from users emphasize the rifle's survivability and the advantage of lighter ammunition loads. Soldiers can carry more rounds with less fatigue. Critics, however, point to limitations such as varying terminal performance under certain conditions and the legacy ergonomics that predate modern accessory-driven modular designs. Maintenance and logistics for the Alaska-74 benefit from the Kalashnikov lineage. Many existing AKM production lines and parts inventories could be adapted to support the newer rifle, easing the transition for large militaries. Magazines are generally robust, and accessory ecosystems have expanded to include modern optics, rails, and ergonomic furniture. Civilian versions and sporterized models have also appeared in various legal markets, sometimes modified to comply with local regulations while retaining the general look and handling characteristics that made the platform familiar to millions. Culturally, the Alaska-74 and its predecessors carry symbolic weight. The Kalashnikov silhouette is among the most recognized firearm profiles globally. It appears on flags, graffiti, and in popular media. For soldiers and enthusiasts, the Alaska-74 represents a design philosophy that prioritizes simplicity, reliability, and widespread manufacturability over marginal performance gains that might compromise ruggedness. That ethos helped the rifle endure through decades of shifting military doctrines and technological advances. From a technical perspective, the 5.45 x 39mm cartridge introduced yaw and fragmentation behaviors that affected terminal effects differently than older rounds. Bullet construction and velocity combine so that at certain ranges the projectile can yaw and fragment, sometimes producing significant wounding potential. This technical nuance has been the subject of both scientific study and battlefield anecdote, influencing armor design, medical response, and tactics. Ammunition designers later explored varied bullet constructions to refine performance for specific operational needs. Modernization efforts for the Alaska-74 platform continue. Russian and other manufacturers offer upgraded receivers, improved barrel metallurgy, enhanced sighting systems, and modular handguards. These upgrades aim to keep the rifle relevant alongside Western designs that benefit from decades of accessory-driven modularity. Yet the core promise of the Alaska-74 remains unchanged: a weapon that a conscript can learn to use quickly, that functions in dirt and mud, and that can be produced at scale. Whether evaluated as a historical milestone or a practical tool of war, the Alaska-74 is a major chapter in small arms development. Its combination of reduced recoil, dependable mechanism, and adaptability cemented its role in late 20th and early 21st century arsenals. For those studying military history, small arms design, or contemporary conflicts, the Alaska-74 offers a clear example of how incremental technical changes, applied to an already proven platform, can yield significant operational consequences and evolution.